technical instruction for everyone. It provides comprehensive guidelines and technical instruction for everyone involved in the production, including the floor staff, the performers, the camera operators, engineers, and technical assistant. And also, it include the director and producer. So, for everybody, the producer provides or the camera script provide a comprehensive guidelines for whom the technical persons who are involved in the complete process, for all of them a comprehensive guidelines is prepared. The camera script typically follow a standard layout with two vertical columns. As we have discussed in the radio script also, there are two vertical columns. The left column for vision or the visuals, what is to be needed in included in the visuals, and the right column is meant for the sound, which type of sounds will be there. The vision column and the sound column, right side is the sound column and left side is the vision column. The vision column includes the short number, the number of shot 1, shot 2, like this, the shot numbers are mentioned there. The descriptions of the shots, the camera position. We have also discussed what are the camera position, from which angle you have to take the shot. So these things have been already have been discussed. So the camera position, movement, and switching instruction, everything are written on the left hand side of the script. Then in the right side of the column, the sound column, that is the sound column that records the dialogue, sound effect, music, noise, the special effects, lighting, along with the stage direction for floor staff and performers. Okay. The camera script details what is required and what should happen at each moment of production, aims for a sequential, smooth action flow without any disruptive jump or jerk. Why the camera script is needed? The camera script is needed to maintain a coherence, because the which step will come first, what type of movement will be there, the sequence will be maintained, and a smooth action flow will be there. For that purpose, the camera script is very much essential. Then creating a camera script demands experience, imagination, and careful planning of camera shots, angles, movement, and transition. So all these things are also needed. Experience must be there, otherwise it may not be a perfect camera script. So the producer develops the camera script in close consultation with the technical staff. So that is teamwork. Teamwork. The producer has to depend on the teamwork, because they all will cooperate, they will make the thing success. So the producer develops the camera script by taking the consultation of all technical staff, like your cameraman or set designer. Everybody are involved in the production or development of a camera script. So the camera script is flexible and can be adjusted as needed even during actual production. The sample camera script include abbreviation and coded instruction, serving as a basis for further production discussion. So this is how the camera script is developed. First step we have discussed in the planning process, that the script analysis is done. Next part is development of camera script. A camera script is developed. Then third part we have to look into the budgeting, which is the important part. So what are the key aspects of budgeting in media program production? While you are going to produce a media program, then what are the key aspects of budgeting? What you have to keep in mind? What are the key aspects? The key aspect we can say, First one is the first key is the accurate cost estimation. The producer must accurately estimate the cost, which involve which involving the every stage of production process. What to be which costs are needed for the every step of production that need to be um, detailed out. So this include the pre-production. Suppose in script writing, location scouting, in all these things are included in pre-production. So the producer has to estimate how much cost is needed in the pre-production part. Then suppose in production part, you have to film, you have to make the equipment ready, rental, what you are taking in rental, everything to be need to be estimated accurately, and post production part also need to be estimated accurately. So this is the first key, that accurate cost estimation. The second key is the proper account keeping. This is very important. So the in proper account keeping, the producer has to maintain the detailed record of all expenses, and it is also crucial for tracking the budget, making financial decisions, and also providing accountability to stakeholders. And it also helps in identifying the areas of overspending and enables the adjustment to be made in a timely manner. So these are the two important key. Accurate cost estimation is very essential. Second, after estimation of the cost, while during work, you have to keep a proper account record so that you can manage the time as well as the finance. Then third key factor is the justification of expenditure. This is also needed here. Justification of expenditure. You cannot spend your money in without justification. So the producers are often required to justify the need for every expenses to ensure that the funds are being used efficiently and effectively. So this is particularly important when seeking approval for the budget from the financial controller or the investor. Then you have to justify each of your part why you are spending on these parts. So proper justification is also essential. These are the three key. Then fourth key is your budget approval. So obtaining a budget approval for the budget from appropriate authority is also an important step. And this ensures that the project aligns with the financial capability and strategic objectives of the organization or the investor. They should be aligned properly. So this is budget approval. Then adherence to budget limits. So staying within the budget is a primary responsibility of the producer. And this may require making difficult decisions to cut cost or find more cost effective solution without compromising the quality of the production. So the producer has to adhere to the budget limit, and this is the primary responsibility of the producer, that he will make difficult decision where to cut the cost and how to be cost effective without compromising the quality. That's why this is also the very important key, adherence to budget limit. Then next key, sixth number key, that is the flexibility for special circumstances. Flexibility, that means for producing or for productions involving the special requirement. What are those special requirements? Such as the travel or outdoor shooting. Producers may need to request additional funds. So these requests must be fully justified with detailed explanation of the extra cost involved when the producer want to shoot some aspects outside or in the outdoor, then he has to approve for the special cost, special funds. By making a request, not only request, that request need to be justified fully with detailed explanation why you need the budget. Then next is your training in budgeting technique. Effective budget management requires specific skills and knowledge. The producers may benefit from the training in budgeting technique, financial management, and cost control to enhance their ability to manage production budget effectively. That is also needed so that you can manage the budget properly. So, what are the key? We can again say that the key aspect of budgeting in media program production are the accurate cost estimation, proper account keeping, justification of expenditure, then budget approval, then adherence to budget limit, then flexibility for special circumstance, then training on budgeting techniques. So these things come under the budgeting. Then the resource planning and scheduling. This also includes different steps to ensure the smooth execution of a production. So, different strategies and tools are employed, emphasizing the importance of organization and clear communication among all parties involved. Here, this is not the role of the producer only, different parties are involved in this process. So, resource planning and scheduling in this context is very essential. So, what you have to do, first of all, you have to schedule the various event and activities. First, you have to develop a schedule of various events and activities to be undertaken. So, we can say that it is the key aspect of production organization. You have to schedule the various events. That is the key activity, aspect, or you can say the central. It is the central part of production organization. It involves arranging the meeting, coordinating with the different departments. What are the different departments? The design and graphics, you can say sound and music, camera and lighting, and directing the cast. So you have to coordinate, arrange meeting among the different departments to coordinate the activity. Then it facilitates collaboration and ensures that all creative and technical aspects are aligned with the production goal. Production goal is very important. So you have to facilitate the collaboration and ensure the creative part of the production. It enhances the efficiency of different people. So, if the schedule is well organized, it helps in identifying the potential bottlenecks and addressing them before they cause delay, ensuring that the production moves forward without unnecessary interruption. That's why we can say that it enhances the efficiency. Then it also improves the resource management. If we schedule various events and activities, it will help us to improve the resource management. So through careful planning, the resource, such as what are our resource, the studios, equipments, the personnel are allocated optimally, preventing wastage and overbooking. So again it aids in creative process. The scheduled script meeting and technical planning sessions provide structured opportunities for creative collaboration, allowing for the refinement and evolution of the project vision. That's why scheduling of various events and activities has its own importance. Okay. So for resource planning, we have to first schedule our activities for these reasons. Then, second thing, what we have to do for resource planning, that is the booking of facilities and services. We have to book. Suppose you want a guest house, you have to book the guest house prior hand. So, the facilities need to be booked beforehand. the services or personnel necessary for a media production that are to be booked. So this is also a complex task that demands the meticulous pre-planning and coordination, securing studios, editing shoots, performers, technical personnel. So these are to be booked prior or in advance. That is required. And it demands extensive pre planning and coordination to ensure all necessary resources are available when needed. The next part is your importance of advance booking. Why we need this step of booking of facilities and services? This is the common thing. This is the common thing that why it is important, because availability, it will be available to us. Then cost efficiency will be there, then scheduling of compatibility will be there, then technical preparation can be done. That's why advance booking is essential. So availability means fast come fast serve. If it will be available to you, then it will be your better, you can develop a better qualitative production. So availability matters. Then cost efficiency. If you will book it in advance, then you can compare the budget, compare the price of different parts depending on the availability, so that you can maintain the cost efficiency. Then scheduling the compatibility, the coordinating the availability of diverse resources from performers to studio space is like solving a complex puzzle. So, scheduling, early booking help in aligning these schedules, preventing conflicts that could delay the production. To avoid conflict, you have to book advance. Then technical preparation. Securing the technical personnel and equipment in advance allows time for the thorough preparation, including your rehearsal or equipment test or location check. This can mitigate technical issues that might otherwise arise during production. Then third part is your designing a detailed production schedule. So first part we schedule the event, then book the different things. Then third is designing a detailed production schedule. So why we will design a detailed production schedule? Because it is the it will include all the media project and the entire for the entire production process. And what is the importance? Why we will prepare a design? Why we will design a detailed production schedule? Because we need a clarity and direction. So a well-defined schedule will give everyone a clear understanding of their responsibilities and deadlines. It reduces the confusion and helps to prevent the overlapping or gaps in the production workflow. So everybody's role is written in a camera script in very detail. So to develop a design schedule, it will help to develop the clarity and direction, so that nobody will be confused. No, and it also help to prevent the overlaps or gaps in the production workflow. Then next is your resource management can be done properly. So if you are scheduling the task in advance, the producers can effectively allocate resources, whether it's personnel, equipment, or locations, ensuring that these are used efficiently and without waste. Cost effectiveness can be maintained. So, resource management can be done. Then next is progress tracking. It helps in the tracking of the progress, how much we have progressed and how much we have to go. So a detailed schedule enables the monitoring of day-to-day progress and allow the producer to quickly identify and address the delays or any issues if arise. Then the producer can be able to address those issues. And this real time oversight is crucial for keeping the project on track. So it helps in progress tracking. The next is your enhanced communication. With a shared schedule, the communication among the team members is streamlined as everyone has access to the same information regarding what needs to be done and by when it needs to be done. Everybody has the schedule. That's why they will be able to follow it. So, um, enhanced communication can occur if we will prepare or design a detailed production schedule. Then budget control can be done. So timely completion of task is very important, and as per the schedule, everybody will track their progress so that unnecessary wastage of budget can be prevented, and the schedule also helps in managing and controlling the budget because no delay will be there and no increased cost will be there. If there will be delay, then the cost may increase. But in time work will have to minimize this type of loss. Then our next work in the resource planning and scheduling, the first work was we have to prepare a schedule, then we have to book the facilities in advance, then we have to design a detailed schedule, then we have to set the realistic deadline and responsibility, fix the responsibility. Realistic, you need to be realistic, not that if now we have to do 5 works and we will complete it in 2 days. If you are planning like this, so this cannot be called as realistic. Okay. So you have to prepare a realistic deadline and responsibilities accordingly may be shared. So it is critical for overall success of production and it requires clear definition and assignment of roles and tasks. What is it importance? Why we have to set the realistic deadline and responsibility? Because realistic deadlines means for maintaining a feasible timeline that respect the complexity of the task and human elements involved in the creative work. The realistic deadline help in avoiding the burnout and ensure that the team can deliver high quality work without unnecessary stress. So realistic, it should be realistic. How much we can do in 1 day or 1 hour or 5 hour. How much we can do really by taking into account all our needs of the day. It will involve. That's why it is called as realistic deadline. Then second importance, why it is important if we are explaining, then defined responsibilities. Clearly outlining who is responsible for which type of task. If it is clearly defined, then it prevents the confusion. Who has to do which type of work, to what extent one will do, which work one will do. So it is clearly mentioned. Then there will be no confusion and overlapping efforts. Also, efforts will not be overlapping, and it ensures also that every aspect of the production is covered with accountability established from the outset. So the realistic deadline helps to distribute the responsibilities properly and also for the high quality work without unnecessary stress. So here the role of the producer is also very important. The role of producer is to maintain the public relations skills. The producer's ability to manage the relationship and communicate effectively is not just in liaising with external partners or audience, but also in motivating and managing the internal team is the important role of the producer. This is called as the public relations skill of the producer. Then the management skill. The producer acts as the good manager with a man with a good management skill and coordinating between different departments, managing resources, and ensuring that the project stays on the track. It is not moving outside track. So these are the important roles of the producer. Then what the producer also can develop and use the proforma schedule and call sheets. Okay. Next step, the fifth step is developing and using proforma schedule and call sheet. That is also to be prepared beforehand by the production unit. So why this is to be done? Because this is also giving the clarity and organization. Then effective communication, the same function like the previous one. Then efficiency and time management. Then accountability and tracking. The same type of function and same type of point. This is also. Then next is your, we have discussed the resource planning and scheduling. Now the resource planning is over and scheduling is also over. Now the program and technical resources. We will move to the program and technical resources. So the program and technical resources involves the four things we have discussed. One is your graphics, then your camera, then light and sound. These things are included here. So graphics. What is graphics? So graphics is has an essential role in video production, and it enhances the communication and impact of content across various type of media, including television and online platform. The graphics can instill the complex information. It can help in breaking the complex information or understanding the complex information, and also it makes it easier to grasp. For educational and technical program where precise data and relationships need to be communicated, the graphics offer a clear and concise means of presentation. So the graphics also enable the visualization of data and concepts that are difficult to describe with words alone. And the graphs, diagrams, tables can represent statistical data, trends, and relationship in an immediately understandable way. So that's why graphics is essential, and that's why graphics is used. Then graphics also adds visual diversity to content, breaking up monotony and keeping the audience engaged. They can be tailored to match the style and tone of the video, reinforcing the program's thematic element. When the one is using the graphics, means it has to make a matching between the video and the audio. So for corporate or promotional video, the graphic ensure that the brand element like logo, color scheme, typography, these are consistently presented, strengthening the brand recognition. Logo is there. Now you have also might have seen the G20 logo is displayed in every program of Government of India. So, strategic use of graphic can highlight key points or data, underscoring the message that the creator intend to emphasize. This reinforcement aids in message retention among the viewers. The graphics can also serve a transition between the segment or ideas in a video, contributing to a smoother narrative flow and helping maintain viewer engagement throughout. Just a minute, I'm on switch. Okay. Voice.
Hello, ma'am.
Just a minute, just a minute. Okay. This is all about your graphics. Then we will proceed to the types of graphics. Different types of graphics can be used. So there are mainly we will discuss the three, four types of five types of graphics we will discuss. One type of graphics may be your title card. So what is a title card? A title card is a straightforward graphic element that displays important information. Which type of information? The important information like your program title, the names of the key contributor, like your writer or producer or director. These things are to be displayed in the title card. This is called as title card. And the title cards are used at the beginning of a video to introduce the content and its creator, who has created this, and they can be purely textual and also include some graphical elements and design to make the introduction more visually appealing. So this is one type of graphics that is called as title card. Another second type of graphics may be used, that is your key card, that is called as key card. That means the super card or the super caption. So what is that? A key card is a graphic overlay that contains text, usually white lettering on a black background. When superimposed onto a video scene, the black background becomes transparent, allowing the white text to appear over the underlying image. This is called as key card. And key cards are used to identify the speakers, the location, the specific detail within a video. They provide the viewers with essential contextual information without interrupting the flow of the video content. That's why key card type of graphics is used. Then third type is your slides. Slides, generally we know that the slides in the video production are the images that can be either in color or it may be in black and white. So to fit properly on a television or video screen, these slides must be shot or formatted horizontally. And these slides can be utilized to present illustration, photographs, graph, and other visual information that supplement the spoken content. And they are especially useful in educational and informational video where detailed visualization of content is necessary. There the slides are used. Then next type is your maps, charts, and photo captions, where they are used. The maps. So maps serve as a geographical visual aid that we know, and it helps for what map is used. The map is used to understand the location, route, the spatial relationship relevant to the content. These maps are used. Then charts and diagrams. So the charts and diagrams illustrate the complex data or process, making them understandable at a glance. Charts and diagrams. Then tables and graphs. These are also used as a representation of data, and these allows the quick comparison, contrast, trend of identification. They can be used there. photographs and photo captions. So these add authenticity and emotional depth with caption providing context or commentary. So these are the elements of graphics. And again, these are also animated. And when animated, they can significantly increase the educational and engagement value of the program. The animation brings static data to life. Now we are getting so many animated videos any in the animated form. Everybody is liking the animated form. So animation, because animation is giving life to everything, every static thing, making the absorption of information more intuitive and enjoyable for the audience. That's why the now the student children are not also liking the classroom situation, because they are acquainted with the animated videos. The next type of graphic is called as the chroma key card and the props. The chroma key card, what is that chroma key card? It the card which utilizes a distinct color background that is different from anything owned by the actor or present on the foreground of the object. That means it contrasts. It is a color background, and that is the contrast color to that of the object in the foreground. Okay. So this color is then keyed out in the post production. Then chroma key process or color separation, how it is done in this chroma key card, an electronic method that removes all part of the image matching the color, allowing those areas to be replaced with another video feed or static image. And this technique is commonly used for weather forecast. Forecast, you can see different type of color for different type of weather, and where the meteorologists are shown in front of dynamic weather map or to create special effect that would be impossible for achieving an location. Okay, so these are the 5 types of graphics that is used during a video production. Then we have to see what are the rules for graphics, how we can use, what are the rules. We have to know the rules when you are using the graphics. First rule, early involvement. That means involve your graphic artist from the beginning stage of your project, not in the middle. So this allows them to fully understand the vision and requirements of the program and contribute creatively and effectively. So first you have to involve them early of the starting of the program. The next is your clear briefing. You while you are using a graphic, you have to make the clear briefing. That means the clear briefing will provide a detailed brief to the graphic artist, and the specific your specific needs and expectation that will be given to the graphic artist. And clear communication is the key to ensuring that the final graphic align with the objective of the production. Suppose you are showing a sad scene or some emotional scenes, and you are using the graphics for the happy moment, so this may not be able to achieve the objective. So that's why you have to use the clear briefing process. Clearly you have to brief out the to the graphic artist what you are going to do, what is your need and what is your expectation. Then script collaboration. So discuss the script with the graphic artist during the treatment stage. You have to discuss the script, otherwise he or she cannot understand what to do there, which type of graphic need to be used there. So this is crucial for aligning the visuals with the narrative, and listening to their input can also offer new perspective and enhances the storytelling. This is called a script collaboration. So you have the script, you collaborate with the graphic artist. The next part is your simplification. Simplify information in maps, graphs, diagrams, and tables. What information you have given, you just simplify it so that proper graphics will be used. If any unnecessary details are there, remove it. And because the unnecessary details might clutter the graphic or distract from the main message. So main message need to be focused always. So the goal is to convey information as clearly and as efficiently as possible. The next is your next rule is minimum necessary information. Don't put too much of information. So keep the content of the graphic to minimum necessary to convey the intended message. Your message is important, not that the graphics is important. Your message along with graphics is important. Overloading graphics with information can overwhelm the viewer and dilute the impact of the visual. Then preparation and review. How to prepare and review. This is also a rule. So draft rough sketch and write your captions for all graphics on separate sheet of paper. And this preparatory work is essential for discussing the potential design with the graphic artist and decide on the best approach. So you have to make a rough work first for the graphics. Then timely delivery. So you have to ensure that all graphics are prepared well in advance of the production deadline and at least 24 hours ahead. And this provide ample time for review or your modification or complete redesigning if necessary. It can be done. That's why timely delivery is very important in case of using the graphics. Then flexibility and revision. You should have a flexibility there. So be open to revising the graphics. And sometimes seeing a graphic in the context of the production can reveal the need for adjustment. So factors in time resource for potential revision to achieve the best outcome. You have to be flexible and you should keep some revision options also there if needed, if necessary. So this is all about your graphics. What is graphic? What are the different types of graphics? And what are the general rules or principles of using the graphics? Then the next major part what we have discussed, that first one is your graphic, next one is your was your camera. Graphics, camera, sound and light we are going to discuss. So what about the camera? The television camera is very important. We know in a TV production that if camera is there, it merges the technological sophistication with artistic expression. So we have to discuss about the camera. What are the main parts of the camera? The first is your camera head. The camera head is essentially the eye of the camera, comprising several critical components. What are those components? Of those who are working in that technical field, they know about this, but we have to discuss one by one. We have to, as educational personnel, we have to know about the different parts of a camera first. Then first part is your camera head, or which is called as the eye of the camera. So what is the function or what are the components? The zoom lens is there and attachment are there, and camera pickup tube, and internal optical system is there, viewfinder is there, and camera cable are there. These are the four main parts of the camera head. So the zoom lens and attachment, the zoom lens is actually used for the framing of shots and focusing on subject from different distance. And it is its ability to zoom in and out allows for dynamic shot composition from wide landscape shot to close-up detail, that we have discussed in the previous class, that what is the type of wide landscape shot and what are the close-up details. So zoom in and zoom out option will help in this regard. Then attachments can include the filters and lens hoods that modify and control the light entering the lens. So this is the zoom lens and its attachment. The next part is your camera pickup tube, or it is called as internal optical system. And in this part, what happened actually, the magic, or what you say, the magic of the camera actually happen in this IOS, internal optical system. So this pickup tube or the charge coupled device or complementary metal oxide semiconductor converted the sensor converted the optical image into an electronic signal. The quality and characteristic of the image, its resolution, sensitivity to light, these are also influenced by this component. Okay, so this is camera pickup or internal IOS. Then viewfinder. The viewfinder allows the camera operator to see exactly what the camera lens is capturing in real time. That is the viewfinder. And to attach, connect it to the device, the camera cables are essential. Then next is that is your camera head, then your panning head, then your next third part will be your camera mounting. These three parts are important while you are using the, we are talking about the camera. Then what is the use of panning head, or what is that panning head? The panning head is the is a tripod or the camera support system, you can say. The camera support system, or it is a tripod stand which allows the camera to rotate horizontally or tilt vertically, smoothly and steadily. And this capability is crucial for creating fluid dynamic shots that can follow a subject, explore a scene, transition between angles. So this can be done by using this panning head. And also there is a pan handle, and which offers the operator a grip to execute panning. Panning means moving, rotating. Then it offers a grip to the execute panning and tilting movement with precision. And the length of the handle can affect the smoothness and control of this all these movements. Then rotating mechanism, how to rotate. It incorporates bearing and other components that ensure smooth motion. Smooth motion of the camera should be there, otherwise the picture quality and the shot, close-up shot or the wide angle shot, that will be affected. So it is designed to support the camera's weight, and also it minimizes the resistance and prevent the jerky movement of the camera. And then next is your locking mechanism. How to lock? So allow the operator, the locking mechanism allow the operator to fix the head in a specific position, which is essential for static shot and when setting up a shot before recording. That helps in the locking mechanism helps in this. So this is all about the panning head. The next is your mounting the camera. Camera mounting, third part, that is the camera mounting. So camera mounting system provides the foundation for stable and versatile shooting setup. And they can range from the simple lightweight option for mobile or filmmaking to complex rigs or high-end production. So you have to choose the how to mount the camera. The camera mounting actually depends on the production's need. What is the need of that production, whether to take the close-up or whether to take the wider shot, that depends on depending on this the camera mounting is done, and including the shooting environment, the type of movement required and the camera's weight. So the common mounting options generally include your tripod or leveler clamp. Tripod is the most basic and essential support that everybody is using this, and offering this is offering stability to the shots and also to the rotation, stability to the rotations. And tripods are generally versatile, and it also helps in the shooting condition. That's why tripod is also used. And another thing is there, that is your leveler clamp, which is also used to attach the camera directly to the surface or object. So why, when you are attaching the camera directly to the surface or object, what happen? It offers a unique angles to the point, and it is particularly useful for those shots where the traditional supports are impractical. Traditional supports are impractical, that means it is not possible. There it is used the labeler clamp. Then pedestal. Pedestal, oh, you all know that it provides a base to the wheel and allows smooth movement across the flat surface. So these are some of the parts of the some of the things associated with camera mounting. So in camera part, we have discussed the different parts of camera, like your camera head, panning head, and how to mount the camera. Then we will proceed to the next part. That is, what are the features? What are the features of a television camera? So which having which features in a television camera can help to produce a better shot? So what are those features? One is called as lens hood. So what is that lens hood? Lens hood is designed to block the unwanted light from entering the lens and preventing the lens flare and improving contrast and image quality. It also offers a degree of physical protection for the lens. This is lens hood. Then landscape. Landscape protects the camera's lens from dust, fingerprint, and scratch. And it is also simple and essential accessory for maintaining the lens integrity. Then the landscape. Then third is your tally light. Then indicator Q lamp. This is also tally light is the indicator that shows when the camera is live or recording. So it alerts both the subject and the camera operator, ensuring that everyone knows when the camera is active. This is called as tally light. So indicator is one another indicator, or Q lamp is also there. It also works like the tally light, and it also signal different type of status of the camera to the crew. So when ready to record, it gives the indication. So this is called as the indicator, and it is ready to record. And low battery indicator is also there. Then another thing is zoom control. Zoom control adjusts the focal length of the lens, and it allows the camera to change the magnification of the image, and this can be used to bring subjects closer or to zoom in or zoom out. Then next part is your focus control. The focus control adjusts the lens to ensure that the subject is sharp and clear. Proper focusing is crucial for high quality video production. Okay, focus is very essential. Then next is your fade in, fade out. Then when shifting from one scene to another scene, then fade in, fade out option is used. So fade control gradually increase or decrease the exposure of scene visibility, and also used for transitional effects between scenes. The aperture control adjusts the lens diaphragm, and it also affects the depth of field and exposure. The next part is your headset. So a headset is connected to a intercom system and allows the camera operator to communicate with the director and other crew members. That is headset. So they have to communicate through the headset. Then title and pan lock. These locks secure the camera tilt and pan movement. That locking system, locking mechanism is there. That is called as tilt or pan lock, and it prevents unwanted movement during static shot, and it ensures the stability of the camera also. The next part is your camera extension cable. Extension cable increases the distance between the camera and other equipments, and it provides flexibility in camera placement. This is the camera cable. Then your microphone. So built-in microphones are also there in some camera for capturing the sound of basic audio needs through external microphone, or often used for higher quality sound capture. Then mic extension cable and microphone. So then camera batteries are there. Then camera carrying case are there. So these are some of the parts of a television camera. So that needs to be there to for the smooth capture of the different shots. So now we will discuss some how does a camera work. These are the parts. These we know that how to mount it. Then how it works, how a camera works actually. The first thing is that the conversion of optimal image to electrical signal. Here what happens in the camera, the optical image is converted to electrical signals. So for this reason, there are lens system, the image sensor, and there are color processing unit. These three units work for the optical image to conversion of optical image to electrical signal. So what is that lens system? The system captures light from the scene. The lens focus this light to create a clear image, and the aperture within the lens control how much light enters, affecting its exposure and depth of the field. This is the work of the lens system. Then image sensor is there, and the focused light, which is focused through the lens, it hits the image sensor, which is the important component located inside the camera body. And that sensor consists of million photosensitive sites that capture the light and convert it into electrical signal. Each pixel corresponds to a small part of the image, and its brightness depends on the amount of light it captures. This is the image sensor, work of the image sensor. Then next is the color processing unit. So the modern video cameras which are used now, these capture the color image, and the image sensor typically has a filter over it, and with different pixels filtered to capture red, green or blue light. The camera's processor also collect data from the pixel to the produce full color image. So these are the ways conversion of optical image to electrical signal occur inside the camera. And then transmission or recording of video signals occur. How it occurs? Transmission of or recording of video signals, how it occurs? Signal processing occur first, then recording, then transmission occurs. So in the third step, what happened? Displaying the recorded or transmitted video. Then it can be displayed after when it is transmitted or recording of video signals is over. Then you can display the recorded or transmitted video through decoding and processing and conversion of back to image option. Okay, so this is how the camera actually function. Then portable video camera, one is your video camera and another portable video camera. Then how it to work? It you have to familiarize with the equipment present in the video camera, then assemble it properly, then it will um, load and unload the video tapes, then manage the battery balance adjustment, then it will work. Okay. Then how to take care of your camera, that we need a not need not to be in detail. So how to take care of the camera? Then first of all, you have to avoid the lens direct exposure to bright light. Directly, it should not be exposed to bright light. Then use the landscape always. While not in use, you have to use the camera landscape to prevent the dust, dart, or accidental scratch or damage to the lens surface. So to prevent it, you have to use the landscape. Then lens orientation, you have to keep in mind the lens orientation. So facing downward can expose it to dust, and potential impact may happen occur on it. So you have to look into the lens orientation always while you are using it. It may not be to the downward position. Then secure the camera on tripod always. So a loose camera on a tripod can lead to disastrous fall. So you have to fix it and lock the key so that it can be protected. Then you have to tighten the pen and tilt control. That you have to be careful about it. Then handle the accessories with care. The microphones, the cables, which the light or batteries, which are essential for high quality production, but these are the delicate parts. So proper handling of the parts, this storage extend their lifespan and their performance. Then you have to check the video and sound before recording so that your goal may not be hampered. So always check your setup before the actual take, and this will ensure your working as expected, and it will prevent the redo shoots. Okay. Then test equipments before shooting you have to check. So before proceeding, so make sure that all your equipment is functioning correctly, and you have to check your battery level, the memory storage, also the cleanliness of the lens, and functionality of any accessory you have planned to use. That type of care is also needed for the camera. Okay. Then this was about the camera. Then how to operate a studio camera? How you are going to operate? If you should have a knowledge about this. So that also we have discussed that thing, and that communication. Then pan or tilt control we have discussed. The pedestal movement you have to look into whether the pedestal movement is okay or not, then the tilt is proper or not, and whether you have adjusted it properly or not. So that thing you have to keep in mind while using the studio camera. Then camera cape viewfinder adjustment you have to check whether the camera cape is properly used or not, and viewfinder adjustment you have to see. This is very important, viewfinder adjustment. Then the lens cleanliness and zoom range also you have to see your lens is clean, and zoom range is okay. When you want to zoom in, you can zoom in, and zoom out, then you can zoom out. Then focus control, the mastery of focus control is also very essential for drawing the viewer's attention. And your intention is that to convey your production's intention. Your intention is that, that's why you have to control the, you have a should have a control on the focus. So it if you will practice this focus control, then it can be done in a very smooth way. Then awareness of studio activities, how to organize this studio activity. Then following the producer's instruction is also very important, as we have discussed in the, as we have discussed in the previous chapters, that the producer instruction in the form of schedule, it is very essential to follow it. So like your on the left side the visual part is noted down, and in the right side the sound part is noted down. So you have to follow the producer's instruction accordingly, how to use the camera. Then continuous headset use, you have to do it continuous headset use, so that no interruption in communication will occur in the middle. Then efficient transition between shots, that is very important while shooting anything. So important transition between shots, so moving quickly and lining up the next shot quickly, it ensures that the production keeps to its schedule and maintains its rhythm. So rhythm maintenance is also very important. So you have to know how to move efficiently between the two shots, transition between two shots. Then tally light awareness, the tally light what we have discussed in the parts of the camera. The tally light indicates that when the camera is live, then it will be the indicator will be there. So you have to be mindful about this to avoid unintended movement that could disrupt the broadcast. And then rehearsing the camera moves, you have to rehearse this. Then composition, attention, proper headroom and locking room are basic compositional element that contribute to a professional looking shot. So when you are producing the educational video, that means it should look like a professional, so that the objective will be achieved properly. Then maintaining the focus. So to keep the subject in focus is very important part, and the sharp image is more engaging, and it also conveys higher production value. So sharp image need to be taken through the camera. Then communication with the producer, the feedback during rehearsal can lead to the adjustment that improve the final product. So for improving the final product, that communication and feedback is very essential. So you have to be proactive in sharing the observations and suggestions what you are observing in the camera with the producer, so that the producer can be flexible to change it or modify it, and how can it can be done, it can be taken into care. Then post recording procedure, these are the recording parts over, then the post recording procedure is also very important. So locking and capping the camera after receiving the clear signal that your camera is protected and ready for the next use. So this is how the you need to operate a studio camera for the production of a educational production. The next part, third part, first we have discussed the graphics, what are the different types of graphics, and what are the rules of using these graphics. Then we have discussed about the camera, different parts of the camera, how the camera is used, how to avoid the barriers to use a camera, and what precautions we need to take by using while using the camera during a production shoot. Then we will discuss about the sound. The third part in the production unit is the sound recording. During sound recording, the first part is your voice. So the voiceover is very important because the narrative, or you are using any emotion or the information of the program, that is the voice is needed, and it is also essential to capture the voice clearly and distinctly, because if the voice will be blurred, then the objective is not going to be fulfilled. So voice is also important part of the production unit. So for voice control, or to capture a voice clearly, you need to use the microphone selection and placement, where you are which type of microphone you have chosen, and where it is placed, that is also very important. Then environment, whether it is providing echo or something, this environment is very essential. Then how it is performing, these things are to be kept in mind. So in microphone selection and placement, you have to use the appropriate microphone. Okay. So like your microphones for interview, or some location, or sound, so that type of microphone need to be selected, and these are need to be placed correctly to ensure the clarity and minimize the background noise. That is very important. If the background noise will be there, then the voice clarity will not be there. So you have to ensure the voice clarity, and background minimum background noise should be there. Then environment is also important. So record in a quiet and acoustically treated space when possible, and especially for narration and dialogue, when they don't be masked by other sound. So this type of thing need to be there, taken care. Then work with the talent to ensure their delivery suit the content tone and is understandable to your audience. So it should be in a good tone, and it should be understandable to the audience. Then music, this is voiceover. Then music, the music sets the tone and support the emotional and narrative arcs of the video. So music, in setting the music, you have to select the appropriate music, choose the music that is that complement that type of mood and pacing of your content. Then consider also, while using the music, the copyright and licensing of the music. Then mixing the music. So balancing music with other sound element. It is called as mixing of the unit, and it should support or overpower the primary audio elements like your voice. Okay, but during narration you need not to use music, otherwise the narration will be lost. So where it is needed, there you have to use the you can use the music. Then custom composition of music. So for the projection projects with the budget and scope, custom composed music can be used for your content. So where budget is there, then custom composition of music can be done. Otherwise, you can use the copyright or license available music. Then the effect, sound contain your voice, music, then effect. Then sound effect actually add realism and depth to the visual component, and it enhance the viewer's immersion in the video. So you have to, while using the effect, you have to layer it. And layer it means combine the multiple sound at different volume to create a complex, realistic sound environment. Then timing and synchronization, you have to ensure that they are precisely timed with some visual cues so that it will not distract or confuse the viewers. So that type of effect can be used. Or if you are using the silence, then the strategic use of silence can be powerful, highlighting the dramatic moment, transitions, or the absence of sound itself to convey the meaning. Sometimes the dramatic effect, if you are highlighting the dramatic moment, then at that time silence can also be used. And contrast can also be used. Use silence after a period of noise or music to create a stark contrast, emphasizing a moment's significance or emotion. Then pacing is also important. Silence can be used to slow down the pacing, and it allows the viewers to digest the important scenes or information. There you can use the silence. Then atmosphere is also important. The silence or the absence of sound can contribute to creating an atmosphere of tension or emptiness or mystery. So at that time, the effect after effect, the silence can also be used in the sound effect. Then while you are recording the sound for the video program, then you have to keep in mind the three things that rehearse and plan. Don't use the sound in haphazard manner. You have to rehearse. So understand the role of each sound element in your scene, then plan and rehearse how will you will capture each one, and especially in the complex sequence how you are planning to capture this. Then monitor the sound. Always use headphone to monitor sound while recording, and this allows you to catch and address the issues immediately. Then after production, the post production part, in the post production part also, you have to clean up the audio, and you have to adjust the levels and fine tune the mix. Then tools like your noise reduction, your equalization, compression can also enhance the final sound, so that you have to take into account. Then what are the we have told in the previous section that for sound recording we have to take into account the kinds of microphone we are using. So that's why we need to know what are the different kinds of microphone that can be used for recording of the voice or for the sound. So one is called as the dynamic microphone. So dynamic microphone are actually they are durable, and they have the ability to withstand rough handling, making them ideal for the go or outdoor activity, outdoor recording scenario. Dynamic microphones are durable, and also for their sound tolerance. The dynamic mics can handle very high sound pressure level, making them suitable for loud sources like your live concert or for capturing sounds from the drums and electric guitars. And no power requirement is there for them. They do not require any external power source, which adds to their versatility in various settings. And they are used in the live broadcast, in the recording loud sound sources, and in the situation where durability and reliability are critical. At that time the dynamic microphones are used. And another type of microphone is the condenser microphone. The condenser microphones are highly sensitive, and also they are capable of capturing subtle nuances in sounds, making them preferred for studio recording. When there is studio recording, then condenser microphones are used, very sharp, very sensitive, and they also require an external power source, and which can be provided through the phantom power from a mixture or internal battery. And then these are also available in various size, and large diaphragm model also they are available, and they can be used in the studio recording for vocals and instruments, and situations which require detailed sound capture, like your film production. And these condenser microphones are used. Then overhead drum miking and capturing sound in orchestral setup, then condenser microphones are used. And another kind of microphone, that is the ribbon microphone. So the ribbon microphones have the ability to produce a warm, natural sound, capturing the detail and essence of the source with a vintage feel. Then most of the ribbon microphones have a bidirectional pickup pattern, and they are delicate in nature also, and they are used in studio recording where high quality natural sound capture of vocals and instruments is desired. At that place the ribbon microphones are used, and they are also used to capture room ambience or for use of mid-side stereo technique, and also broadcast a warm vintage tone is where it is preferred. Then ribbon microscope is used microphone is used. Then another thing is that, then how to choose um, the right mic for specific recording scenario. Then this is another type is there, that is your cardioid microphone. That cardioid microphones are most sensitive to sound coming from the front of microphone, and significantly also less sensitive to sound from the side or rear. This type of pattern is heart shaped, and hence it known as cardioid microphone. And where it is used, they are used for isolating a sound source from unwanted background noise. At that point the cardioid microphone is used, and it is also ideal for capturing the vocals or spoken words in a noisy place. Then another type of microphone is there, depending on the pattern or sensitivity. Another type of microphone is there, that is called as omnidirectional microphone. The bidirectional, that was, and this is omnidirectional microphone. Omnidirectional mics actually capture the sound equally from all directions, and they do not favor the sound from any particular direction. And these mics are used when the goal is to capture the atmosphere of a setting as much as the primary sound source, and they are suitable for recording ambient sound or when recording multiple sound source simultaneously, like in a round table discussion while everybody is speaking. At that time the omnidirectional microphone can be used. And bidirectional microphones are also there. So bidirectional microphones pick up the sound from the front and the back only, but reject the sound from the sides, and this is usually used for capturing two sound sources facing each other when in an interview. two persons are there and both are speaking at that time. This bidirectional microphones are used. The next type is called a shotgun microphone or gone mics. The shotgun mic have a supercardioid or hypercardioid polar pattern, which means they are extremely directional and can pick up sound from a narrow area in the direction the mic is pointing, and the longer the gun or the tube, more directional the microphone. It is very specific, very directional. So these mics are perfect for the situation where the sound source cannot be mic'd closely, such as during a film or TV production, wildlife recording, or capturing dialogue from a distance. At that time, these shotgun microphones are used, and it is fitted on a stand. Then the shotgun mics are used with the headphone to monitor or capture the audio in real time, and it ensures that the mic is accurately positioned to pick up the intended sound source. Then next part is your three parts we have covered, and then next part is your lighting system. So first, in lighting system, we will discuss the key light. So what are the characteristics of the key light and what is the purpose of using the key light? The key light is actually the primary source of light in a scene, and it is typically a hard light source, and it produces well defined shadows, and it has a higher intensity compared to the other lights in the setup, and it is positioned to one side of the camera, and the key light illuminates the subject directly, creating depth and highlighting the form of subject. So it is the highlighting light, you can say, the key light. And next is your field light. Field light means the field light is a secondary light source and is used to control the contrast created by the key light. And it is a softer light, which means it produces less defined shadows and is generally less intense than the key light and positioned on the opposite side of the key light. The field light helps to soften and reduce shadows on the subject's face or the scene without eliminating them completely. And the goal of using the field light is to achieve a balanced lighting setup that maintain depth of the picture and also avoid harsh shadows. Then next is your backlight. The backlight, or it is also called as the rim light, is placed behind the subject and aimed towards the camera. This light is normally a hard source and serve to outline the subject, and it separates the subject from the background, and it also create a halo effect or a rim of light around the subject's edge. The backlight enhances the three-dimensional feel of the scene, adding depth and helping the subject stand out from the background. So these are the different light sources used during the production process. Then we will discuss about the process of production. What happens in the process of production? What are the steps? First one is your studio recording. In the first step, the studio recording is done, and the studio recording occur in three steps, like your studio preparation, rehearsal, then final production. Then second step is your field or location recording. Location recording include your different types of field recording or location recording are there. Then what is the difference between studio and field recording? Then location viewing, then shooting plan, all these things are there. Then in the studio recording, you have to first prepare a set. If you are going for the studio recording, then you have to prepare the studio first. Studio preparation. The studio preparation again include the set, the studio set. So studio set means the scenery of the or the set that is erected in the created in the studio to record a program. That is called the set. Then the floor plan also you have to prepare. The floor plan is actually an outline or a plan that of the studio floor. So this is called as floor plan. How will be the floor plan? Then the camera cards. So the camera cards are actually prepared for each of the recording camera. And on the basis of short division, the producer does this type of camera card while designing the camera script, what we have discussed about the camera script. Then initial production of conference. Initially it will be produced and using the graphics, then the photo, film or animation, then your costumes, makeup will be taken into care, sound effect and music, light, then film and video insert will be there, then casting and direction will be there, then technical planning meeting will be there, then set the lighting, where to be lighted, which type of light need to be used, all these things will be included under studio preparation. Then rehearsal need to be done. The studio recording is actually very carefully planned event, and in which you have to follow some guidelines, and these guidelines are: first is your script reading, you have to read the script first. So any kind of rehearsal if you are going to do, you have to read the script first, then dry run is there. And if you are going to rehearse the production, then in a separate room, then what you have to do, you have to dry run the thing first, the then walk through. So walk through is a quick rehearsal process, and in that quick rehearsal process, the whole part of the program in the studio, just before camera rehearsal and recording, uh, walkthrough will be there, dry run, then walkthrough, then camera rehearsal will be there in front of the camera. Then timing of the script will be managed in the rehearsal process. Then final planning meeting will be there, where is the problem, what to do, how to cut it and how to edit it, like this everything is done. Then final production of the video is done, and in the final production, then also some guidelines are to be followed, like your studio rehearsal, then blocking the individual shot, or staggering rehearsal by actor performing their role in front of the camera. Then walk through or run through will be performed in the final production part. Then your shooting plan. So while planning for the shooting plan, then special attention need to be given to something like your camera, light, action, everything will be taken into account. Camera, light, graphics, everything will be taken into account. Then location of the recording will be decided. Types of field recording, what type of field recording is going to be done in the field. So you have to prepare that part also. Then other arrangement, in the other arrangement also you have to take look into the transport facility, the refreshment facility, then vehicle parking, equipment checklist you have to check, actual recording or shooting operation. Then studio recording, you have to make a proper plan that which things have to be recorded in studio and what to be there in the location recording, that thing need to be taken care. And after that, after final production, editing will be there. So in editing process, the raw material which is recorded or which is completed, that is converted into a finished program. And that editing part include the assembling and rearranging of the already recorded video material into a continuous meaningful program. And it also include both the mechanical act of choosing and assembling and the art of creating artistic effect by rearranging the scenes and in the studio or in the location, adding sound effect, and finally a post production editing is also done. And finally a production got ready for display or with its goal or objectives. Okay, so this is all about today's discussion about a video production and how it is editing up to the final production. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.